Oh, North Central footy, the exciting time of the year. We're right into the business end. We got 6 home and away matches, or 5 to go, but the one that we're covering today was round 13, and there were 6 to go with that. And we've got Dale Hinkley, the star from the Birchip Watching Bulls, with us. G'day, Dale. How are you?
Yeah, well, thanks, Wayne. Had a positive week on the track, and as you said, we're obviously 3/4 of the way through the home and away season. So, it'll be go up a level in football around the league this weekend, you'd imagine, as we approach August.
Oh, isn't it going to be great? Well, have a look at last week's matches, then we might have a look at some of the things that are going on around the league, both for this week and future for finals and so forth. It's a big round last week because Charlton, on a roll, another win for them, 11-7-73 to St Arnaud, 5-9-39. And the Navy Blues have just found something, haven't they?
They have. They've been the biggest improvers in the league, I think, this year, coming from where they have been. Andy Nisbet probably been the primary role in doing this. And, he's got some good young kids coming through and picked up some handy recruits. And they kicked 5 goals in the first quarter against the Saints, and they didn't stop there. And Zachary Notting was their best player. Yeah,
good stuff. Oh, what about this? Did you and Ricky Allen have any little, discussion on the field? Because you beat his mob 12-11-83 to 9-6-60 at your oval. How did Ricky take that?
Yeah, no, he wasn't too bad, play man. He's on and off now as he gets a little bit older in age. But it was a bit of a funny old game. We just couldn't seem to break the back on this one, and ended up to get the 4 points, and that's what we were after. And Witchy, to their credit, they hung in there all day, and it was a good day for us, and got some form into some young blokes.
Yeah, certainly did. It was hard to get goals, and your forwards were trying to get them. Daniel Castellano, probably one of his best for the season. He got 4. Nate Gordon, a couple from the Star, and 2 each to Ben Fraser, Damien Horbury, and Dane McLennan for the Witcherproof Narrowport side. They had Kobe Hummelhoff and Justin Bateson as their best, and Darcy Reid. Bloke called Hinkley was your best player in the back line and driving it forward. Nicholas Rippon also having a very good season for your side. Bort took on Donald, and Donald shored up 4th place and maybe even higher, 13-10 to 6-11.
They did in this one here, Flyman, as we expected. They got the job done by over 40 points here, and Donald, they've got a few injury woes at the moment, as we do as well. So, I will touch on that for tomorrow. But, they got this one done, and Dunstan kicked 8 goals, and he's in superb form.
Sparkling form is the way to put it. And second best player, I always reckon a bloke who kicks 8 goals out of 13 would get my number 1, but I played at full forward and didn't kick 8 goals ever in my career, so I'd give it to Sam for best player. But Steve Donnell, he'll take it. Noah Berry and Trent Grant were good too. Jack Smith, Ryan McGee, and also Braden Aitken got going for the black and white. But this was a big game this time. Sealac Nandali 12-10-82 to Nullawil 8-7-55. Both times they've met the Calder Highway Northerners. They've both played well in each game, but Sealac Nandali have really got Nullawil's measure, and they did so really early in that third quarter by going away with it.
They did. Nullawil take a lot out of this one, though. They've obviously fallen short by 5 goals, and Sealac, they're going along really well. Flyman, as you've mentioned, I think about this time last year that you described a few of the football clubs by their engine. Yep. I can recall. So you might be able to touch on that one. But for Sealac, they're better players on the day were Matt Farrell and Ryan O'Sullivan, and Nullawil, once again, Dean Putt and Geordie Humphreys.
Yeah, I reckon they're a Rolls-Royce engine right now, the Sealac Nandali boys. There might be, Nullawil, I reckon, have got power, and they just might be a Mustang, just for mine. I reckon they go really well in hot patches and can sprint away, but at other times you've got her in the garage having a few services done on her, so I reckon that's how I describe engines for those two. But the engine room going for the Sealac Nandali Tigers with Trent Donnan in great form, and he's one of the players, and I actually reckon can win the Feeney Medal, because the Feeney Medal this year, now this is going to be absolutely sensational, and I know Ricky Allen and yourself and others have been talking about this. Explain what they're going to do this year at Forestdale.
I'm not 100% all over it, but I can recall that Ricky Allen's probably been the promoter behind it, and it's got a bit of a new look this year after the last round, round 18 of the home and away, the Feeney medal, and of all the football medals, best and fairest, will be held at the home clubs. Every home club will have the opportunity to host a live stream of the count. And then, I assume that there'll be some Zoom calls and some live streaming of the winners throughout the night, and allow all the families and players and travelling players to be there and make it a bit more of a social night, as lost a little bit of attraction having it during the week.
Yeah, I think so too. And the travelling players quite often during the week aren't able to be there. And then, too, a table's got to be got for each of the clubs, and everyone has got somebody along to it. And then you've got to know, I guess, the players that are high up in the voting, you've got to make sure you get them there. And it just has become very hard to do. But that's a good idea. Another couple of things. I notice it's road trauma round for all across Victoria, and the blue armbands are being worn. And that'll make it okay for clubs like the Donald Royal Blues, because they've already got blue armbands.
Yeah, it is. Obviously the role model behind this one's Mitch Wallace. Lost his mother-in-law on the road, I think it was last year in 22. So, obviously with in our rural communities, we're on the road a lot, and hopefully it sends a clear message that to be careful on our roads, as we've all got some loved ones on there.
Yeah, and somebody that can get lost, and it just is really, really tragic when it happens. Let's move to the places where the finals will be played. And everyone knows now that Sea Lake Nandalia are in good form and at the top of the table, so they'll get a first semi-final at their oval, because they certainly won't be playing in it. A good selection. The Tigers get the first match of the finals.
That's correct. So, round one, it's a 4-week final series with the top four. Personally, I think maybe in the future they might be looking into a top 5, given that we've got 9 in the league now, Wayne. So that'll be something to look into, having a qualifying and a elimination on the first round, and then obviously semis, at prelim and a grand final. But at the moment it's still traditional 4-week final series, and the second week of finals will be at Witcher-Proof. That's the second semi, and the third week will be the prelim at St Arnaud, and the grand final will be held at Bort Park.
Oh, brilliant. That's going to be great. All right, we have a look at this week's matches, and round 14 has stuck up on us. 5 rounds to go, and Witcher-Proof Narraport, they need a win at home. The crowd will come out to support them. St Arnaud have been finding a little bit in recent weeks, but I think Witcher-Proof get the job done here.
Yeah, I do too. I think they'll get over the Saints by 8 goals in this one. They were... they to their credit, they were pretty good across all lines last week, and I expect them, to get up.
I think they will. Wedderburn take on Bort at Donaldson Park. What a game of football the boys from Wedderburn can play. I don't think they can make the finals from here, but I think they can beat Bort.
Yeah, I do too. In this one, Flyman, not by a big margin. They're obviously the 2 most eastern teams in the competition, and Bort Magpies are probably dropped away in a little bit in this second half of the season with a few injury woes, and Wedderburn have got Geordie Humphreys back, so giving them a lot of first opportunity in the ruck, as he's a superb ruckman, and they'll get the job done tomorrow.
Okay, let's go to the big one between Nullawil and Charlton. The Navies have improved. They host the Maroons. A real colour thing here. We've got Blues versus Maroons in the colour, or Maroons, as some like to say. Well, this is a good game. Nullawil, I think, can win.
Yeah, I think Nully will just win this one, but not by a huge margin, Wayne. Charlton, big improvers. They're at home again. We played them a couple of weeks ago, and really good in close and wet conditions, and that's sort of how Nulla will play as well. So, I expect that Andy Nisbet's boys will come out firing, as will Nulla will. They've got some good young players coming through, and probably 2 or 3 goal wins to Nulla on this one.
All right, I've left the big one till last over at the Donald Recreation Reserve, and the crowds will mount around that big, massive oval. The Birchip Watcham folk take on one of their near foes. The Watcham fellas, they know they'll go through the back of Lake Corac there, or Lake Bullock, and through Corac, and when they get to Donald, they'll get a hard reception, because that big man up forward, he promises to give you a really tough outing, and Sam Dunstan's kicking bags of goals. Does Josh Builder go to him? Or does Dale Hinkley put himself back into the full back line? What a game of football this is going to be between the 2 old foes.
Yeah, it will, Flo, man. And, this one, it's going to be a very big game in the ledger of the fact that the ladder position, we're second and third in this one. And, 30 on even on 32 points. So the winner are likely to get the double chance at the season's end. So, a lot riding on this one. And for coaches Ryan and Brown, it'll be all about, getting their matchups right with both sides having a few injury woes at the moment. So, to nullify them, obviously in their with their key forwards will be a key focus for us, and as will it be for them with Edwards returning for us and Gordon being red hot in form at the moment for us. So hopefully we can get the 4 points. And I must mention that Lockie Foot is playing his 200th open age game club games for Birchip Watcham this weekend. He's son of great Mick Foot, who also has similar sort of accolades for Lockie. He's a premiership player and also a premiership player up at Swan Hill, and he's just a great bloke and a great teammate, and he's well respected, Flo, man. So hopefully we can get the job done for him.
Oh, good stuff. I noticed in the ruck, Josh Potter taking on Jonty Randall. You haven't still got that big man from Colburn Abbon back into your side. Is Jonty Randall going well enough to go up against the very, very accomplished ruckman in Josh Potter?
Yeah, they will. And also to mention, is the return of Lockie Surrett this week, so they'll be doing a bit of waxing there in the ruck against Potter.
Okay, Big Surrett is back. Does that mean that he'll be on the ground for most of the game, or is starting Jonty Randall according to the sheet here? So that's an interesting one.
Yeah, so we'll be, obviously up to Lockie. He's a pretty experienced footballer now, Flo, man, and league medalist, so we'll do what is required with his body and manage him.
Oh, manage him. I like the way you've politically correctly answered that beautifully. I'm looking forward. I reckon Sam Dunstan kicks 6 or 7 and they get the ball moving quickly to him. That's going to be hard to cut him out. At the same time, at your end, I reckon with Castellano, Edwards and Gordon all kicking goals, if they each get 3, then your side probably will end up on top. So it's a big, hard one to pick. I'm going to go with the Donald Royal Blues to cause a little upset on their home deck this weekend, because I think a lot of folk will go with Birchip Watcham, and I'm going to go opposite to you because you're actually with Birchip Watcham, Dale.
Yeah, that's it, Flo, man. It's your call. Yeah, 50-50, but hopefully, back we can get the job done, and we've got good depth, and Lockie Foot, I remember it as a good one.
Oh, it's a beauty. A great day and a good week, and great to have you on board. Dale Hinkley calling it for the Birchip Watcham Bulls and also across the North Central Footy League. We'll catch up with you next week.
Yeah, good on you, Flo, man.